Okay, welcome in everyone to Awesome Game Replays, episode 32. And this time we're talking about the Monkey Ball games, specifically Monkey Ball and Monkey Ball 2, which are pretty similar. And we're gonna be joined by our expert guest, speedrunner and player of Super Monkey Ball in Zella1, and I'm gonna be co-hosted by Extruder. So yeah, what's up, Zella1?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to hear about Monkey Ball. You know, the game came out.
Not to be confused with Xella, who was on N++ episode.
Oh, Danny.
Excuse me? Oh.
We featured a guest with a similar name.
Oh, didn't they say they were into Monkey Ball too, as well? In any case.
Yeah.
In any case, yeah, it should be great to learn a bit about Monkey Ball. This is a game where you're a monkey in a ball rolling around courses trying to get to the objective, and it's been out for quite a while, and it's actually been pretty active game as far as like the speedrun community goes throughout the years, because it's one of those games that's easy to pick up and pretty hard to master. And I know some of the techniques, and the stage execution is just. It just looks so crazy, and it's just such a cool speedrun to watch, and basically a perfect fit for the theme of the show, which is the awesome game replays. And we got some awesome replays that we're already checking out here.
Awesome!
Yeah,
Awesome. Let's go, dude.
It's good shit. It's good shit. So let's hear a little bit about you, Zella. How did you get into Monkey Ball, and when did you start, and what kind of kept you playing the games, and what kept you interested in that? And what's your story, I guess?
Alright, so basically, I was in college, and I first started figuring out about like competitive video games and stuff when I saw like a Smash tournament thing, and I saw the Smash documentary, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then one of my Smash friends that I met at the tournament at college, we became friends, so like we just clicked instantly. It's like, oh, like I didn't know people like Smash like I did when I was younger. And then so there's that, and then basically I watched my friend was watching a video of Peaches do like a one-handed speedrun of Mario 64, like awesome.
Oh, that's the very famous one.
Yeah, and I was like, what the heck? Like, why are there people clapping for this? And I was just like so confused, but I thought it was like sick, and I was like, and then I think I was like watching Twitch, and I discovered like people were speedrunning Monkey Ball, and I was like, hey, I remember that game when I was younger. And in my dorm room, like one of the RAs was like the resident like assistant, had a GameCube, and she had Monkey Ball 1, and I was like, yo, like I watched Monkey Ball speedrunning. Can I borrow this game? Can I play it? And she's like, yeah, sure.
Wait, so how many years ago in the timeline are we right here then?
This was probably 2015, 2014.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so by then Monkey Ball was already kind of a big thing on GDQ Marathon.
Right.
Yeah, and one of the first runs that I saw of Monkey Ball 1 was probably Column's world record, and then I saw Bahunga's AGDQ run, and oh my gosh, this game's so cool to run at a marathon, because it's so scary, but like it's like I don't know, it's just exciting.
So I'm guessing at that point you hadn't seen people play Monkey Ball at that level before.
Yeah, definitely not. And yeah, the first I think I saw Jeff do deluxe speedrunning like on Twitch, like because I was mostly a lurker on Twitch and did just watch like Smash tournaments and stuff because I wanted to get good at that at the time. But yeah, and here we are today. Like I ended up doing 2 GDQ runs all of a sudden, which I have no idea. Like I would never have thought it would happen like this quickly, honestly. But yeah, so basically when I got like a 16-14 in Monkey Ball 1, which was 1 second behind Bahunga, I think that's when I submitted my run. And yeah, and then that's basically when I ended up overtaking Bar longest time. Like when I got accepted, I just got so excited. And yeah, so
Sick. Yeah, because Monkey Ball's basically been a GDQ staple, hasn't it? Like for the most part, they usually have it in the marathon.
Yeah,
just because it's so
your
fucking
run in
hype.
particular was really impressive in that the first Monkey Ball game, and I have to point it out right away, is an arcade game in a true sense of a word. And since the first title, which was on Sega Naomi system, it requires you to do it on single credit, otherwise you will not receive the extra or master levels. And that's what makes the category particularly scary and difficult compared to, say, like Monkey Ball 2 story mode or something.
The run that I did was a little marathon friendly, a little bit, because I ended up skipping the extra levels for beginner and advanced. So disclaimer, like I used beginner advanced to warm up for master. That's why my master was like really good, because I had a lot of momentum. Like I was playing pretty well going up to that. So
yeah, I know some of the strats, like there's pretty damn YOLO, huh? So it's like you gotta I'm sure you probably dial down some of your strats for safety in the case that you need to actually not die. So that you can actually see the later stages. So that's usually pretty interesting, because like marathon safe stuff is also pretty like interesting too, I think.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to get into GDQ. That's why I submitted all difficulties, and I was like, it's kind of a stupid. It was a meme category, and then like I was like, I kind of wish I just submitted master and just like, but you know, it's fine. Like I did master at GDQ, huh?
Yeah, it turned out to be the best Monkey Ball run so far, technically, in terms of marathon strats executed.
Yeah, because I just played out of my mind. I just wish the commentary was a little less tense, but you know,
that's why we're here. We're on awesome game replays. We bring the game the justice that they deserve.
Yeah. For sure.
It's like, this is why this was awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to like commentate while I'm playing the Monkey Ball 1 as well, because like I have to be really focused, and especially since I'm like, I really don't want to mess up.
Yeah, of course.
Like while I'm streaming, I'm a little like more careless, but in a marathon, it's like, man, like it's so different.
Yeah, you know it's on. I figured. I don't know. For me, it's usually like I'm nervous a little bit for a run like that as like the first few minutes, but then like once you start just getting into the game, you're just in your element. Like was that kind of like what it was for you?
Yeah, it just felt like I was at home, and I was.
Well, at those GDQs, it's kind of nice because the stage is pretty separated from the audience, so you just kind of, with all your friends up there, it's like you kind of feel comfortable. At least I do.
For sure, I had a good support group. For sure, they're all
good shit. So, what were the two categories you ran in the GDQs then?
So the category I ran in AGDQ was difficulties, and I ran GDQX when I did master.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I also did one run at PATE, which is like a global speedrun assembly. It was in Maryland. Yeah, it was kind of recent. It's a small showcase event. It was pretty cool. I think it was also a tournament.
An in-person event.
Huh?
Okay, that's
that was cool. An in-person event.
Yeah, in person.
Okay, cool. Right on. It's pretty cool history. So yeah, it's glad to have you here to kind of go in retrospect on Monkey Ball and why it's awesome and whatnot. And suppose we can get to talking about Monkey Ball itself. I mean, as far as
the difficulty levels first, because this game does it kind of differently than most. Is that the level sets are entirely different. With some levels kind of being copied, some being harsher, such as like the levels that's in Deluxe called Exam, and it gets progressively more and more difficult. And Exam that's in Expert, it gets to very tight little passages that it's hard for me to complete.
So the levels are kind of like remixed in like the heart as the difficulties get moved on. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So in the first game there are 10 levels for beginner. I'm talking about the GameCube version, not the arcade one. Arcade one has a bit less, I think. Like 10 levels in beginner, 30 levels in advanced, and 50 levels in expert. And it's worth to play all of them. And after you complete each of those on 1 credit, you get to extra stages. And if you complete them on a single credit, you get Master, which is the ultimate challenge. And on Master, you can already use the continues if you need to finish the run.
Yeah. But
so that's the system in the nutshell.
Yeah, if you continue on extra, it's okay. So, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the first arcade run that we were showing.
All right.
Okay.
To explain a bit about the physics of the game.
All right, so yeah.
It's not that one.
Oh, arcade run or?
It's the Seahawks run.
Seahawk.
Yeah.
With the master. Which? Oh, okay. I was okay. My bad. I was actually playing the master speedrun while we're talking there.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, cool.
Scare the viewers right away with the stuff that they absolutely do not have to do to just beat the game. So this is Monkey Arcade, also second Naomi version, and it was the first game. The GameCube one got after this, and apparently there's banana-shaped stick that I'm not sure if it's analog or digital. Probably analog though. That you use to control your main character. You only use one stick and a button to kind of change the shape of the map. But by the time you're playing the game on a high skill level, you already remember all the maps. And then GameCube version, you get the option to just rotate the map in 3D to see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are the basic controls of Monkey Ball just before we start in here?
You just move forward and backward, and the camera, it looks like you're tilting the entire stage.
But you're not. Are you actually tilting the stage, or is it just like the ball? You're moving the momentum of the ball. I wasn't sure.
I've heard multiple things about this. Like some people, because I remember when if you land on a certain platform, you in this one stage, you can see you can move around and see the stage doesn't move. So yeah, I remember.
So that's just an illusion, like one take of it.
The camera's an illusion of the stage moving.
Yeah,
expert
expert
8, you can go on a platform off the stage, and you can see when you move, the stage doesn't move.
That's interesting. It's just that when I saw this game first time on GDQ, it was 2013, when it was still mostly a speedrun gathering. I was like, oh man, I want to play this so bad. And I've seen all of this stage stills in action and all that stuff. And then I get to touch it, fast forward to now, I get to touch it. And wow, I'm absolutely terrible at it. That's like most people.
Yeah, when most people are watching a speedrun, hey, that looks easy. I can do that. For this game in particular, it's oh, it looks so easy. But dude, these controls, when you first play
analog. On GameCube, they're certainly analog. So you get to regulate the degree that you're going forward, backwards, or when you go to left or right, you don't strafe the ball as you would expect in most other kind of ball games, but you actually rotate. Your monkey rotates and the camera rotates. So that also makes things kind of complicated. Okay, let's do the countdown on this one.
This is one of those things where you gotta play it to get used to it. Okay, all right, let's get into this then. The Monkey Ball Arcade by Seahawk, expert mode. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Things changed since then. Oh yeah, this is just the track screen, so to speak.
Yeah, I totally forgot that the banana was the analog stick in the arcade. I kind of remembered about that, but yeah, that's kind of awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, the first thing Seahawk does is pick the expert mode, which is the 50 stages.
Okay.
I wish when I played this game, I played the arcade version recently, and there wasn't a banana. It was like it was just like a regular black control stick, and it was impossible to control because like when I moved up, it would go right or left. And I'm like, okay, I can't play this.
That's too bad.
So it seems like if you had the actual banana control stick, it seems like you can actually play.
You need the banana for the max accuracy.
Product placement.
Yeah.
The game's sponsor is everywhere. Yeah, bonus stages, they are meant for you to get extra lives. Every time you get 100 bananas, you get an extra life, and lives actually matter in this and first Super Monkey Ball, so you want to get them, as many of them on your way as possible. Announced Switch remake based on this game.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, it's Banana Bliss. It's the Wii version.
Boo! Banana Blitz introduces some of the changes to the mechanics, like bosses, and you can jump.
Yeah. So I was playing it on my stream, and I was like, God,
not the original experience, and so that's why it's important for us to remember just how things started. So yeah, they're different. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, this is the exam level, Notorious. It's pretty hard, kind of a difficulty spike of experts. We're gonna see it in the speedrun too.
Yeah, this stage was. Yeah. Oh, this stage was originally supposed to be an extra stage, but they decided to put it in the beginning.
Big mistake,
oh,
in my opinion.
Extra or master, my memory.
Yeah. This bit is seriously hard to do unless you're playing like with a GameCube stick, and I don't have experience with that. And so,
for sure.
Wanted to say stuff. Yeah, there are warp goals. So there are goals that are harder to get than normally, and they let you to skip levels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a red goal in the beginning of the run, and you skipped 3 levels. Yeah. Skip 3 levels. You go straight to level 5, the bonus floor. So red
it's kind of
goals.
Convenient. It allows you to customize the route of your run, so you can skip the levels that you don't like in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And in speedrunning, though, there's an optimal route, and you would want to practice those levels.
Yeah, there's also an all levels category that's not as popular in Monkey Ball 1 as it is in the other Monkey Ball games.
Yeah, because you're not strafing the ball but rotating the monkey, and monkey is applying the thrust to the ball, so to speak. It's it introduces some complications. And you can jump, like there's no jump button, but you can use the stage obstacles to boost you upward and skip past certain areas of the game, and that's what every speedrunner does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically try to clip on like an edge or a corner, and it's kind of random how it hits you. But when we watch the speedrun later, it'll be easier to explain.
Yeah, for sure. Right now we are just covering the base game, the base things that are needed to once you see the game. And yeah, this extra stage is a bit more difficult. I mean, bonus stage.
Difficult than it looks. Pretty difficult to collect the bananas there.
It's wavy, and you get thrown into all directions and you get turned. Oh, this is a fun stage. You get to go fast. Mm-hmm. Like F-Zero GX, another GameCube game, and another game that I'm terrible at.
I know. It's I don't think I ever beat the first stage in that game in story mode.
Yeah, what's up with GameCube? Yeah, GameCube turned out to be really this challenge gamer console where you push yourself and smash Melee, Monkey Ball, F-Zero GX. All of these games have incredibly high skill ceiling.
For sure. Something about the GameCube, they were like, all right, let's just go all out with hard games, and
Maybe
they
because
got the
the
Wii.
controller and the analog stick were so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Would like to lay my hands on one day.
You don't have one? You gotta get one.
I will try. Sure, let's check this level out. Make a simple job. This is the long way. You can skip a pretty hefty part of it. It's called this level is called Labyrinth in Deluxe.
Oh, it's also called Labyrinth. That's a recycled name because there's another stage called Labyrinth.
I think it was, but I might be erroneous. So yeah, this is the long way to do this stage. Yeah, collect the bananas. So doing the stage fast does not give you a survival advantage at all. So you might as well just take bananas that are safe.
Yeah.
That are not worth risking one life.
For sure, yeah.
When you're teetering over an edge, like how much does the momentum or gravity suck you down? Would you say?
Floor 14 is a really cool level. Pretty skilled.
Some people pick Baby as a character because it's easier to see whether you're centered enough on the tight roads.
Oh
so
yeah.
Otherwise, the characters are completely the same, and it's in the newer games like Banana Blitz where they get stats, and they think it actually infuriated quite a few members.
I think Gon's the best monkey. Underrated for sure.
But yes, you should pick that monkey that whose screams you're going to tolerate during the entirety of the run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it gets really annoying here. And this level is called the tram. A very cool concept. All of those contraptions, there are important asset of Monkey Ball level design. So the goals, they are treated as basically every other movable object, and there are a lot of things that are done with the goals. And there's this modern game called Cluster Truck, and it also does a few things inspired by Monkey Ball. It's also a platforming game. Very fascinating. So pretty straightforward level. Of course, if you fall too low on one side, you will just not have enough trust to overcome the gravity, and you will just fall down. So you have to stay in the middle as close as possible.
Yeah. 419.
I dig the music.
Huh?
I dig the music. I think the music is a cool part.
Music is great. Actually, I don't have the music on. I should have it on. This music is... Wow, this music's really good. It's so much different than...
yeah, indeed. It's too bad the game wasn't ported as is. We would probably love... We're all the arcade geeks over here. We love that stuff. When different versions of the game, even though if it's like cosmetic, because from what I see here, the physics are not that much different from the Super Monkey Ball one. Yeah, nice racking up of the extra life. I do think if you're not confident with surviving the game, it's better to not go for the warp goals and instead do as many stages as possible just to collect the extra bananas. So the routing for survival can change a lot. Just take what suits you better.
For sure, depending on your playstyle. That's what I like about this game. People can have different playstyles to it, and you can be really creative in how you do the level. There's no right or wrong way.
But yeah, there's the wrong way. It's when you fall down.
Yeah, for sure. But as long as you get in the goal, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool... go ahead.
And this is where the level design kind of lost some of the imagination. Yeah, let's just put prototype placement.
Shoutouts to Sega. Shoutouts. Yeah. When they were on top when they made this game. But what I was gonna say is there's a lot of ILs, so individual levels, so people do certain levels in a certain way, like really fast. And there's also like people can be stylish too. They can try to get in a goal in a really crazy way.
The style run, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. That sounds like its own category right there.
Yeah, that's what. Honestly, they should have like a
exhibition.
An exhibition.
That'd be
get
sweet.
all the ILers and stuff and do an exhibition. I'd love to see that.
Well, in a way, STG Weekly is kind of this, because we're going to go through a few of the clips with the fancy stuff. Just a few.
Yeah, the one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we would love Sega to do the Sonic Mania treatment for Monkey Ball.
Oh boy, that'd be crazy.
That would be amazing. Just let the fans do the levels and just new engine and possibly even the arcade skins. That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, since that port came out on the Switch, I mean, there's definitely still interest in the game, I guess, so anything could happen still, I'd say.
It's just that it's Banana Blitz, it's the new one, and it's kind of like, 2D Sonic and 3D Sonic, let's put it that, and Banana Blitz in that case is being the 3D Sonic. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm not biased, I like both, but you kind of understand where it goes with the community.
Yeah, I can get what you're saying.
Obviously, memorizing the 3D stages is a huge part of surviving the game. You have to also keep it in mind.
You can pause and view the stage too. A lot of veteran players, when they see a stage that they haven't seen before, like they have ROM hacks for this game, so like they can pause and view the stage and see like, oh, how am I gonna beat this stage, you know? So if you're
so you can rotate yourself during the pause, if I understand.
Yeah, you can.
The camera, I mean.
You can move the camera.
That sounds sick.
Suppose you can't do that in the arcade mode
like
here, though.
Yeah, in the arcade, no, you can't do that. But
obviously, you can't pause in the arcade. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the spontaneity, I guess. I think I said that word wrong.
Even though, integrity, so to speak, it's just that pause buffering is a huge element of strategy in this game. It's not banned, but it's considered a separate category.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it drastically changes the way you play. And now that we are touching on pause buffering, the thing, like, we could explain it in depth later, but it's kind of like it changes the game from action game into kind of a golf game, as if you were playing stuff like Kirby's Dream Course. You would understand. Like, that game also has very little RNG to it, but you can select the strength with which you fire a shot, and during the pause you buffer a certain input and you fly out at that speed, and it's similar in that regard.
Okay, I can get behind that.
So you guys separate the pause buffering into separate category in like for the speedruns? Is that what you guys saying?
It's called a separate play style. There's been a lot of controversy between pause buffering.
I mean, because if you're pause buffering, I mean, you're obviously taking more time, so to like
you're taking more time. You're taking more time, but you can save. You'll definitely save a lot of time with some of the strategies.
If you could make something more consistent, I could see it probably paying off.
Yeah. There's a lot of there's a couple of consistency pauses, but there's also a couple ones that are like they're like 3 frames. Like, you have to get 3 pause buffers, because when you're pause buffering, you're looking at the timer and you want to get a specific frame. So people memorize
oh geez,
like the times.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, like for floor. Well, we'll see it later on.
Yeah, we'll explain that during the speedrun. We'll get plenty of time for that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
And so the previous level was
I like the way this looks.
With the conveyors, and you have to resist the force that pulls you backward. It's yeah, I love the physics games, and I really think there should be more that just play with various vectors of like acceleration, momentum, like angular momentum, and stuff like that.
It's a great concept. But yeah.
So what's the difficulty of getting bananas in this extra stage?
Not hard at all. It shouldn't be hard.
Just stay in a straight line and whatnot.
Yeah. There's no random collision. No random collision you'll get here. You won't be hit up with some garbage. There's no bumpers. Just straightforward.
Yeah, here you have to do a jump.
Oh, this music is so like intense. I'm used to like this part of the run being kind of chill, but at, like the beginning is like it reminded me of like I don't know, like a crazy mini boss fight or something.
You have entered Tetris the Grandmaster 3 territory, Terror Instinct.
Like this split is not that difficult, honestly. Like this stage is hard, but like the rest of it compared to the rest of the run, it's not that bad.
I can see why casually, like, but expert, floor 7, I think it's 7 or like around, so like the exam level is about as hard and it's been much earlier. Yeah, here you have to kinda turn yourself in a way that's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you turn, when you press right, you don't straight but turn, you have to make the turn very smoothly.
But then it looked like the corner just like swung him into the goal.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's just when you get that little corner. Yeah, when you get that little corner, you can basically skim by it and still get onto the area.
Come on, you can do it.
You gotta build the momentum to get out. There you go. I see.
The timer is significantly more strict on the expert difficulty.
Oh my gosh, he had it. He gave up, dude. Yeah. So when it hits 10 seconds, it says hurry up. That can scare a lot of casual players for sure. They're like, oh my god, and then they're like if you're on like a thin wire or something, and you're like 10 seconds of oh my god, and then they'll like fall off if you're not used to it.
Yeah, this robotic voice is even more scary than the Monkey Ball announcer, the Game Boy one, the GameCube.
The GameCube one.
360 spin. Try to save the area, but yes, if you're too far left and to the right, you can't salvage it. That's how strict you have to be.
Now, some of these levels, it's like you just, they have you set up on the, on the cycle like right away, huh? Like it looked like it was just like one and done type of thing, but maybe if you waited, not as good or not as efficient. I was gonna say
the whole level turns around to the left. It's like kind of like a screw.
Some of the Monkey Ball players must have like input readers, because it would be kind of nice to see what the inputs look like for the analog. For
sure, they have input display. A lot of Monkey Ball 2 runners have input display.
Cool.
I should get one on my own, honestly. On floor 35, I could say that there's one banana in there that is actually impossible to get. It's inside the corkscrew thingy. Like if you view the stage, you can see like it's like inside, like popping, sticking out. It's just like you just can't get it. Like I don't know why they put it in there. One of my friends was trying to make up an all banana run, and they're like, "Oh wait, or no banana run," So, but there's just some bananas that you just can't skip, and you can't get all the bananas. So
all bananas except that one banana.
I wonder if they patched that in Deluxe.
They received complaints about the ungettable banana.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's got a decent run going here.
Oh, it's always scary to get inside the goal there.
Why is that?
I mean, if you've never played the game before, you're like, oh, like it's moving, you know. I think when I was playing that level casually, it was kind of annoying. Also, like when I try to go fast, I'll like hit the side of the goal and like fall off like an idiot.
Expert has much stricter timers compared to the other two difficulties, especially on bonus levels. And even though the other bonus levels can be sometimes the same.
Yeah, and like this stage, it's actually very, very hard to get all 50 bananas. I think only like less than 10 people have gotten all 50 bananas. It's
around 4, I believe.
Wow.
Around 4, yeah, or less than 5 then. All right, that's.
Is this like
actually ridiculous? It's like a set movement that you have to do that's like very difficult.
So looks like they're starting to get some crazier stages now.
Yeah, this is the final 10, and then the extra.
Yeah, 3 goals here. Which one is he gonna take?
The safer one, probably. Oh, he goes for the banana, actually. Probably not that much out of the way, but still scary. Like, every single quadrant can fuck you up, potentially.
Oh, he can get the red goal. He seems pretty confident. The bananas can kind of mess up your vision. And nice. 1-up too.
Oh, analog. Okay, so the original was an analog. Yeah, that's good. Good to know.
So, 445. Let's see how he does this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A survival arcade version run commentated by a speedrunner. That's an interesting way of looking at things.
Not sure if he held up left, but if you hold up left, you actually gain speed on that second.
Maybe this isn't true to the arcade? Maybe.
Maybe it doesn't work that way in the arcade version. I don't know. I wish like the arcade version I played a couple of days ago was actually good, but the control stick was horrible. Like this makes me wish I could play it.
I mean, it probably works in MAME if you hook up, if you can get like an analog controller, possibly. Potential.
Where I played it was at a public arcade.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put in my old controller in there. Yeah, actually, I mean, I think it's because you might have heard the Monkey Ball 1 music so much that like,
not really.
Fresh. Yeah. I mean, I think it's more suitable too, since like it's an arcade game. It feels just more arcadey than.
Yeah, it's when you're playing such a hectic game, you're standing up. You kind of want the music to pump you up, like give you some adrenaline to be able to execute all of these tight moves and save yourself. Whereas in the GameCube is like, yeah, you're at home, you're chilling, playing the console version with your homies, and potentially even like doing stuff like competition mode or something different. So it's different atmosphere.
Yeah, it's also an excuse for them to like just add more music too.
It's not more music; it's different music. That's not the same thing. And this is a GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Custom music. Let's go.
Yeah. Unlock the extra stages by doing the 1cc of expert.
If you do the glitch, you unlock more music. No, it's tricky.
Okay, so we got through, and then now how many extra stages are there?
This looks sick. That whole like.
Oh yeah, the aesthetics are much better in my opinion.
Oh, you're not used to seeing like this background here?
Yeah, I never actually watched the whole arcade version. So
Nice.
I'm technically getting spoiled because if I ever played it like now I know what to expect.
You should try and emulate it, I guess, because there's no way to get.
It's not the same. I gotta play it at the arcade, dude. I'm not emulating this.
Just go to Japan.
I want to be authentic.
Record it then.
Sure. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay, what's the strat for this level? Just wait until it gets slower or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets slower at a particular spot, right?
Yep.
There you go.
So you can memorize it.
Yeah. So, safe strat that I do is I wait for the 24 to disappear, and I wait in like in the middle of the corner or the middle, and then like how he did, and just go straight in.
You have to chase the goal down. I find it pretty hilarious concept.
Yeah.
So that's cool how you use like the timer to help you know when to do certain things. I'm guessing we're going to hear a lot about that too in like the speed run.
Yeah.
All of those goals, just look at them.
Timer cues were a new thing before pause buffer strats were found. So basically, what I actually prefer is visual. Well, not. I mean, I got used to timer cues, but also visual cues are actually really important. So, a lot of how Barhunga taught me some stuff is like when you're looking at a certain thing in the stage, you can figure out that's when you go. That's when you like boost and speed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Visual cues are so important.
Oh no! Didn't gain enough speed. Would be hard to salvage that. Yeah, it's better to fall out.
Yeah, visual cues are probably more consistent than timer ones because you can get thrown off a lot easier with timer cues.
This level appears to be fairly shitty if you lose your speed.
That feel when the water slide is out of order.
I actually like the way the tube looks more than it's like you can see through it.
Okay, now I will never go into a water slide again. Not the same.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hole in it.
This level has a thing to it. It's just that those objects they are not flat and they still give you some vectors when you go over them. And so it's not very easy to go. Also, the timer is pretty tight on that one.
Looks like you had to make. Yeah, looks like you had to make that cycle there or no go.
Yeah, if you don't get the first cycle, it can be kind of. You'll probably finish it in 4 seconds like he did there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That was second cycle.
Like, extra levels are not the same in beginner, advanced, and expert, but some of them repeat. Beginner has like 3, advanced has 5, and expert has 10. Like here's 9, I think, maybe 10. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
probably
10.
10. Okay. And so some of the levels copy just like the AV logo, the previous level. Boom.
So when he starts when the monkey starts like spinning in the ball there, does that mean you just got a ton of like bounce momentum, or does that mean anything?
He was holding up onto the control stick, so he got a lot more speed, and he set himself up for that strat. Like he found the position, and you can just hold up and actually just go straight in the goal.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the monkey just go crazy, like start somersaulting in there.
Yeah.
So
oh no! Oh my God! He got so lucky.
Yeah, because the hammer knocks the goal off.
That is crazy.
That's nice. It was planned.
What a legend!
That was really good.
What a legend! I didn't even know that was possible until today. Learned something new.
That was filthy.
So wow, this is the only floor.
Yeah, and this is the shittiest master level. Certainly, the hardest level in the game, arguably.
It's one of the hardest levels.
Yeah, and spoiler, he doesn't make it.
He does or doesn't?
Does not.
Why are you spoiling it?
Well, I guess that'd be why it's called Expert Fail Run.
Yeah, just scroll it down. It's
yeah,
written,
but the viewers
fail
don't.
run.
Oh wait, the viewers do now.
It's alright.
It's okay. We don't need this.
This
isn't live.
He came close. That's what matters.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh,
just not
and
to
plus
get
we
you
don't know
disappointed
how
that
it's gonna end either.
Not a 100% 1cc, but he did beat expert.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Being an expert is solid.
Yeah, but still, this is kind of dickish, placing the level with this much precision after a player is already fairly exhausted. Like that, this was half an hour worth of gameplay, and now you have to learn an entirely new stages you can't practice.
Yeah, this stage is brutal to do normally.
Where's he gonna mess up?
Well-
He's so close.
I think you can skip part of it, like do the
Right there. If you go really fast, you can actually clip over there. But it's still really hard. You have to balance on that really thin wall.
once if you fail. Ooh.
GG.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
it.
GG.
Dude, yeah, I don't think I could beat that actually. I mean, unless I did the speedrun strat at the end, but I'd basically be trying to get lucky.
Yeah, just slot
It's
machine.
that hard, huh? Damn.
I mean, that strat is very difficult because you need to get a lot of speed.
The name select is also a level in itself because, well, yeah, it's the analog stick.
JMM. What does that mean?
The arcade version has only the analog stick, I believe. Like no other buttons. Okay, that's it for the first run, and we're about to witness a speed run, which is going to be entirely crazy because it's not a marathon run, and everything is executed mostly perfectly.
Mostly, yep. There's very few mistakes in this run.
So is this your run, Zella, or?
No, this
okay.
is a world record run.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, can you introduce the world record to us?
This is Callumball's run. He has held the world record for like 2 years now. And he basically had a 15:19, which we thought was perfect, but I was getting kind of close. Bahunga was getting kind of close, and he was like, I'm just gonna like destroy the world record right now and get a 15:10x, which is like a minute faster than like Claris's run, which was a world record for like 5 years or a long time. Like that world record wasn't beaten for a long time. And like this one other runner, the Lost Llama, took over Claris, and then Callum came out of pretty much nowhere and and just like got the world record really fast in like 1 or 2 years from playing the game as well.
How's the spread of like people throughout the world? Like, are there a lot of international players, and what about like the Japanese player scene? Are they involved?
Japanese for Monkey Ball 1 is not really like they don't really do runs, but they actually found out some strats that people like. So but Europe is just some Europeans. So Callum's from England.
Oh, cool.
And the number 2 guy now is from Australia, and I'm from the US. So
very nice. All right, so it's an international game. Very good, very good. It's always
pretty
cool to hear.
international. Yeah. PAL is pretty cool too. Like the PAL version, I like the PAL version. I don't have it, but you can actually change the language in the PAL version. And but there are just some minor difference. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Have a different frame rate.
Does it run differently?
Yeah, there's actually like a couple stages that actually slow down, like floor 17. Actually,
yes, but we're talking about frame perfect tricks here, and I know a lot of older games they run at 50 FPS or something, or like rendered at the way that suits the PAL television format.
Yeah,
that's how I understand it. Like, does it potentially mess you up?
I see.
Does it affect this game that much? That's what the question is.
So what do we need to know about master mode here before we get into this, and then I'll just let you do like play-by-play on some of these courses and when we start it.
Well, master is not a mode.
Okay.
It's just the 10 levels that you get after beating extra in expert difficulty.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Of course, you have to do it all entirely on a single credit.
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
So you don't want to continue,
Nice.
and you're going to be skipping. They're going to be skipping the bananas too. So this involves a enormous amount of resets, because the strats that he's going to be going for are wild.
Yeah, and especially since it's not a marathon run, and on marathon, first monkey ball is very unsafe compared to the second one, where you can just set 99 lives and just retry every stage. So that's why.
Well, that's a story mode. Story mode, you can retry, and the challenge, you can unlock 99 lives.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. So. Important thing before we start the run, because it's going to be going at crazy fast rate, is the most important concept in the speedrun is the pause buffering. And we have to touch on how do the people do it and what they think about it. So from what I understand is that you pause the game, you try to pause the game at a certain frame, and after that, you use the timer. It's easier than most of other frame perfect tricks in games because you can actually see the frames. And you get several tries. Like if you pause earlier than the specific frame, you could just pause again.
Yeah.
And just get another try. So earlier is better than later. Of course you still lose some time, but it's just barely. And after you get the frame that you want, it's kind of like a bit of a task territory right here. You press the analog stick in the direction you want to go, and then pause. That's how it works, right? Yeah, and we have to explain about the collision detection now. Yeah.
So basically, I always forget how to explain this, but so when you get hit on floor 2, like you see like these little stars. So that means he got hit by like a corner or something, and there's like plenty of collision that you can get. So what pause buffering does is it eliminates the collision detection completely, because you will get the perfect collision when you pause buffer a strat. So some strats that you don't pause because it'll just waste time, and you just try to get the perfect collision by adjusting with your control stick when you get hit up. So it's like really intricate movements and like a lot of like just muscle memory.
Okay, two questions, because I'm not sure I understand it in fully. So first off, do you like when a person routes around pause buffering, do they always use the full analog press, so to speak, and press the stick like entirely to the gate, or they can use partial even though it's less precise?
So I do a full analog, so I like hold up completely down, or up right, or up left, or up down, or not up down, or down right, down left, whatever the pause strat. How you have to start off the pause strat. There's some pause strats where you don't even have to move, but you just stand there and you wait for the frame, and then the next frame you have to do another pause strat.
So it's basically a setup for a setup.
Yeah. Yeah. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Part of the reason the game is so difficult to run is because of the analog, I assume. Okay, and the second question, I don't entirely understand about the collision detection stuff. Like, I would want a better example, because
the way he explained it sounded like there's two types of collision.
Two types. So per one object, right?
Yeah. So like
there are crickets.
Dude, I am so bad at explaining. Let me because okay, so if we look at a stage, like floor 2,
yeah,
how he gets hit is pretty much random. So like how he gets hit up, there's plenty of different ways that he can get hit up. So like there, he died there because he got bad collision and he restarted. And then you'll see again. So we can skip to like floor 29 or something.
Oh sure.
Like,
yeah, if you want to explain some things, yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah.
So what's the timestamp for that?
Let me see.
Like the
floor 29 is, yeah, I'm sorry. I used to be able, I used to remember like how to explain it properly. Okay, so timestamp is 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay. I'm almost set. Loading.
All right, I'm there.
Okay, yeah. So let's count down for that one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, floor 29.
So yeah, I mean, crap. He didn't miss it, but sometimes that doesn't hit you up. So that first clip that he gets up there, sometimes it won't hit you up. So there's actually a pause strat we'll see later that manipulates it, and it will always get hit up.
Okay,
so,
okay, we can yeah, turn the slider back to level 29 to watch it again.
Yeah, I'll just keep replaying it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they call it like
when the stars are coming out of the ball.
Yeah, so when he's like jumping, pretty much. The stars or?
Yeah, the stars.
Yeah, you always see the stars when you get like a clip or something, and you hit something. And that's pretty much random because just of like human input error. But yeah, that stage is an infamous stage because like sometimes that's like a huge reset point.
Oh, okay.
So the stars indicate that you got like can help indicate that you get the right collision. I think is what you're trying. That's what you're trying to explain. I think.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, forget about the stars because I was just talking about the stars because I saw it was on floor 2 stage, and like that just means like you got clipped out, you got hit up, like you jumped pretty much, but you didn't jump, you just like hit something that made you jump.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's how you define stars, right? So how do you define?
Yeah, how do I find the clip?
Yeah, what's a clip in the terms?
Oh, so how, like the jump or clip, same thing. It's all the same thing.
Okay, so basically, like, yeah, the jumping using the terrain. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, it's not a jump because he like you hit something and it actually makes you go faster. Like if you bounce off the stages, it makes you go faster.
Yeah, that's fairly deep. I think we can start with
All right.
We'll get a feel for it.
I'm sorry. I haven't explained this game in like forever because no one ever asked me.
It's okay.
No one cares about.
That's why we did this, because we care. We have to bring new people to the speed games like that.
Full muscle memory at this point.
yeah. Basically, just remember the game through just playing it, and it's like kind of refreshing to like talk about it. So now it just makes it, you know.
Yeah, it's like you're just playing your video game, then suddenly in 10 seconds you have to solve a Rubik's Cube, and then you go again, and then you continue playing the game.
Yeah.
Callum, how do you explain collision detection? Like there was like every frame is checked per something.
Every other frame, I think. Every other frame. That's what I heard.
Like I don't remember exactly how say it because it's been so long since I've ever explained this.
Okay, we can just play out the run and wait for the answer in chat, I guess.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
All right, let's try our best here in this fast-paced run here. 3, 2, 1, go.
Because also, since the game moves by so fast, every other frame the game checks for collision. Yeah, I've always heard that, but there's always a different thing that I hear about some stuff in this game. So it's like, I guess I just gotta. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
This right is that we use a warp, blah blah blah. If the game checks collision every other frame, then it means that during the odd frames you can in game be inside of an object for that one frame, right? Technically.
Yes.
So this means that depending on whether the frame is odd or even, you can either treat a collision as if you're contacting an object like just split, or as if you're inside of an object, and thus the game forces you out and gives you a different vector. So those are the two types of collision. That's how I get it.
Well, imagine if you're not colliding, that's the time for you to do the input, right? Or is it the other way around?
Yeah, that's why the pause buffering, like, if that's true and game it doesn't need a check for collision every other frame, then it means the pause buffering is important in you get in state frame. And so to get that specific bounce, that's a good skip.
All right, Zilla, for each of some of these stages, just try to tell us really quickly why it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god. he like finishes so fast. He basically.
Okay, can we reset?
Yeah, we gotta start over.
Right.
Go to like 0.5 speed or something.
Okay, that's an idea.
0.25 playback speed.
All right, that's a good idea actually.
0.25.
I might have to put some different audio on.
Yeah, put some music on, some like chill music.
All right, that's a decent idea. All right, we'll do that. How about that?
Put some lo-fi. Or some,
I got something chill.
Piano music.
Something that doesn't get us content ID'd.
Yeah, just
right.
like instrumental music.
I got it. Okay, all right, we'll try this again then.
Lo-fi gaming beast analyzed. Exactly.
Let me pull up the YouTube playlist. No, I'm all good. Yeah, okay, we can start again. All right. 0.5, 3, 2, 1.
I got 0.5. I'm at 0.25.
Oh, 0.25. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, 0.5 might be better. 0.25 might be too slow.
Oh wait, we're gonna slow down, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
watch this in the 0.5 speed, right? Or
Yeah.
Well, 0.25 will be too slow because it'll take too long. Unless we change midway.
I'm ready.
Alright,
Countdown.
0.5.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's a great idea, actually. Even
Yeah, it should give us some time
just
to
misheard
think about it here.
So we're able to see the pause buffer and all that stuff. Thanks YouTube. It's one of the few really good things that YouTube has done recently.
Yeah.
Relatively recently, being able to speed up and slow down every video so that we wouldn't have all of those speed up, slow down videos just clogging up the Google's hard drives and whatnot.
So floor 1, he does a frame boost. I don't know if we talked about frame boost. If you go up right and then up left, you'll actually go faster than actually holding up on the control stick.
Why it's called a frame boost? Is it because you do it like within?
You just do it quickly.
Yeah, you do it quickly.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's kind of like Spin Dash and Sonic, I assume.
Yeah,
right?
feel free to let us know about the techniques and whatnot.
Yeah. So right there, he basically got a clip. That clip isn't consistent, even though it looks easy. You won't get that clip every time. And he didn't get actually the best collision.
For obvious reasons, you need to die in bonus stages as fast as possible.
Yes. So he doesn't collect the bananas here. because this is a speedrun. We're trying to beat the game as fast as possible. And
in a marathon run, you would collect the bananas if you wanted.
Yes.
So was it easy to just get knocked off there, or did you have to hit that at a certain angle and whatnot?
Also note how I boosted up the wire boosting below.
Above 50 mph, it makes no difference. Okay.
Yeah, floor sticks is one of the more difficult levels to learn in the speedrun. You gotta do 2 like perfect collisions there. And your movement has to be really good. You can make it really consistent, but your movement has to be.
Yeah, I didn't even notice like the speedometer thing. Yeah, that must play into how you set up strats, huh? Like knowing your speed.
Yeah, I actually never look at the miles per hour.
Oh, you don't? Okay, you just go by feel. Yeah. Okay, huh?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that he's basically skipping a whole section there.
Okay, that's pretty slick.
And he goes up and gets a lot of speed momentum and tries to get a clip there, and that clip is not consistent like at all. So there's
at least it's early on, right?
Yeah, it's early on, so it's infamous to cause a lot of resets. But recently there's a pause strat discovered that actually makes that clip consistent. So if you get 2 frame perfect pauses, I don't know if I sent you that video. You will actually.
I'm interested in execution of those tight passages. Like, how do you go fast and make all of those turns?
Huh? Sorry, go ahead.
How do you execute on an analog stick at the end of this expert?
It's just a lot of tight adjustment, pretty much.
Sure, but is it easier to control when you're faster or when you're slower?
Easier to go when you're faster.
Oh, okay.
Well, for me as a speedrunner would say, because like I just can't play this game just like casually. Unless like I'm playing the arcade version, maybe. Yeah. So there he got. He basically skipped the whole stage. Like when we watched earlier, he went. The guy in the arcade version went all the way around, and he basically just jumped over.
Yes.
And yeah, so he does a frame boost here to the left, and another frame boost to the right to actually just skip that stage. Completely.
Yeah. Use the high point of the wave to jump over the railing.
This stage, just go fast. There's a nice frame boost there.
Okay, so doing those like pretty much whenever you can.
Yeah.
Just to get that extra speed.
Yeah, just hold up and adjust.
Yeah, but sometimes too much speed can be bad, right?
Yeah, it can. Especially on this stage, it's easy to. It's really tricky because a lot of point and collision that can launch you far out of the way. Yeah. And lots of levels.
So what's the speed bump?
So if we go back, we don't have to go back, but so where all the other wires were, like the 0.1, 0.3, like those little like humps, they can hit you up actually randomly. And you'll actually go slower, and you won't be able to get that jump that he did on floor 9. And he skipped a cycle there on floor 12. Well, he got the best cycle. He didn't skip a cycle.
So basically, if you go faster, the game has better chances to treat your collision better, right? In that case. So that's why it's called speed bump.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Well, the speed bumps were just for that stage in particular, because it'll actually make you go slower when you hit those bumps. I don't know, because they're actually not like part of the stage, like how he gets like this collision here. This part of the stage, dude. I have no idea what to say. I'm trying to like explain it, like it makes sense like in my head, but like explaining it when I said that, it made no sense.
That's okay.
I was like, wait.
I'm interested in how people do come up with all of those strats. Do they try to appropriate the task for their needs, or they use the practice ROM hack and just do?
So some of the task strats are just not humanly possible to do.
That's obvious.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like not, well, like, because like you can't even do a pause strat for like some of them. Like the test strats you can. There's a lot of test strats that you can do because there's pause strats for them now. But yeah, what was the question?
Emulation. Okay, good. So that's a good like question. How do you set
Oh
up
yeah, emulator.
the stick in emulator? What like there's dead zone and all that stuff. It would be nice to know for someone who needs to practice the game like that. Like because my analog isn't very good, and I feel like I'm actually much worse to the game thanks to that. Oh, okay, hardware. Well, yeah, that's GameCube controller. That's yeah, by default. So I like how every little bit of the stage can be used as a weapon, basically. So there's a lot of potential to go fast and all of those routing stuff. It would be really nice to see the routing process for it, like how it looked like. First mistake. Okay, can we elaborate?
Hit the goalpost, I guess.
Yeah, he hit the party ball and he basically clipped up, so he got bad collision there and hit the party ball and lost like a second.
Okay, so after this we are watching the run at correct speed, right?
I think we can let it rock.
I think
a bit
we
more.
just leave it. You can just
let it rock for now.
Here. It's easy to like talk about stuff if we miss it. Yeah, so this is specific movement actually to get out of floor 20.
Oh, interesting.
Frame boost to the right and you go up. If you and that's you can easily miss that if you mess up the beginning, mess up the frame boost.
Yeah, keyboard is perfect for pause strats. Well, yeah, for sure, because you can just do the full input.
So this one you just go
guaranteed.
straight.
Yeah, guaranteed full input on that pause frame.
A lot of casuals when they see this stage, they're like, you just go straight, right? It's so easy. Nope.
But he was moving like a little bit right, a little bit left.
You gotta move a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right.
Easier to see that when it's slow.
Yeah, when it's fast, you can't see. I mean, you can, but it's like hard to see. It's like a nice product placement here. So yeah, Sega is one of the more infamous stages to get random bounces there. Nice. So like after every letter,
Sega manages to ruin things even inside of their own games.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Every big company has got some skeletons.
I have no idea how Colin does that. I try to do this strat. It's just so. I feel like it's so inconsistent for me.
This level is just boring.
Muscle memory.
24. I think it's the worst.
Yeah, the task is kind of cool for this one.
They must hug. Do they hug like the edges so that they're like getting all the momentum, or what? Why is the task cool?
Okay, that boost was good. I'm not sure how consistent it is for marathon strats. Probably not.
I mean, it's not that difficult to get that boost actually.
Oh, okay. But
I mean,
yeah,
at our level, it's not that.
The stage goes slow, so it's less of an impact.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun level to practice because it really helps your movement. Because you want to get like a 29 or 30, I think. I think you can get a 30 with the way Colin did it. Like, and if you finish the stage, oh, you almost got a 30. If you finish the stage like above half, you get like a time bonus. Above half the, like if you finish it above 30 seconds. If it's like a 60-second timer.
The time bonus doesn't slow you down like in Sonic games.
Yeah, it doesn't slow you down in this one.
Ooh.
Actually, I don't know in Monkey Ball. I know in Monkey Ball 2, but I guess they probably have in this one. This one's a fun strat.
Oh wow, that's sweet.
That was very accurate. Love
yeah. You have to aim for a certain part in the first. When he falls down first, like he aims to like the corner there.
Yeah, so visual cues are very important, right?
This one you can just fall straight down. And at the apex of that jump, he just holds up and you can go straight in.
Yeah, during all of those big falls, I originally thought, when I was watching GDQ, that you basically tilt the stage, like tilt the goal into you instead of tilting you into stage.
Yeah. This is the first pause strat, or not the first, but this is the first consistency pause strat.
And I don't know, but camera makes it look like more impressive if you tilt the goal into you.
Yeah.
It's just so much satisfying to see.
This one's pretty straightforward. You just fall after 58. Yeah, after 58 he goes, hits that corner and just pretty good. He just goes straight in too hard.
Yeah, it's the top.
58.04. Okay, we're getting really specific here. I said after 58, close enough.
Get it right.
Just get it.
Again.
Important info.
Gonna get that collisions up.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's the thing I didn't notice when I was watching the level on the first time. That
Being able to
you also
time
have to bump that platform from behind. And that the angle is pretty strict. Being able to tell the time to the first decimal place. So, yeah, that's how you do the accurate pause buffering, right? Yeah, if you can pause in within one tenth of a second, then you should be good, right? Mostly. Yeah, that's a topic that we also didn't cover in here, and that's the backups. It's just that this the any percent category is so optimized that there's no need for backups. You can just throw the run. But in the marathon setting, I wonder what are the backups and what are the more uncomfortable things you have to do to salvage yourself?
Yeah, for like specific stages. So I was zoning out on the question.
But I think you just meant in general.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he was asking a question. That one's really tight. You got a 39 there. What a god.
Nice.
Yeah, so what are the backups like on the marathons?
Backups as in like keep up? I am keeping up, but I don't know exactly what I have to answer here.
Yeah, what I expect from you is what you do after you fail a pause buffer strat. Like you miss the frame entirely.
If I miss it entirely, well, it really depends. Like sometimes you just can't save it. But if you miss it entirely, then for like floor 27, there's a 50 frame that works as well. That we saw earlier, and he got the 60 frame. So there's 2 frames that work. So you have to memorize certain backup frames that people have found.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
But yes, it's just that during some of the pause strats, I assume if you don't succeed at them, you could probably even lose a life, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's there's definitely a risk from pause buffering. You can definitely lose a life if you mess it up completely. If you don't, and if there's just no more backups.
So just how much did you have to cut from your marathon routing for being unsafe?
Repeat the question. Sorry.
How much did you have to cut in terms of tricks from your marathon route in order to make your run more doable on a single credit?
So definitely floor 7. That beginning is not marathon friendly. But now it can be because there's a pause strat for it. What else is there? Floor 29. You might have to cut that one out because it's pretty random. But now there's a pause strat for that one too. Let's see. What else? What other strats are there? I mean, it also all depends on feel, like on how many lives I have. So if I'm confident, if I have a lot of lives, I'm confident, I'll go for the more aggressive strat, or whatever, the more unsafe strat that I usually go for.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's basically what happened in my first AGDQ run. I could go for every strat because I was confident. Fastest strats. Yeah, fastest cycle on extra 3. That will come up later.
So what I noticed on floor 38 is that the player kind of tilts the stick slightly to the left, so if he hasn't done anything to counteract it, he would have flown off the stage. So uses immediately, like kind of like a sonic boom movement to move yourself immediately right into the goal. I find that really good.
Yeah, it's muscle memory. That stage is muscle memory for sure.
Yeah, so
it's
basically
not, it's a pretty consistent.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent stage.
Okay, in terms of controls, what's the difference between upright and right? About
upright.
How much?
It's a huge difference.
Like, I mean, in terms of how fast you turn right.
Oh, you want to go upright, not right. If you go right, you're not gonna get the correct boost. So this is a pause strat that he gets.
I mean, not on the level, but in general.
What's the difference between right and upright?
Yeah. Like, do you even have to use the left or right by themselves without up?
Yeah. What Colin said is it gives you the benefit of the forwards momentum. It gives you the frame boost pretty much. If you go right, if you're hitting right and left on the control stick, you're not gonna be getting momentum at all. You're gonna be going slower because you want to be.
So it's bad. It's a priori bad.
Yeah.
For speedrunning. Okay, yeah, I got it.
For speedrunning, yes, it's bad. Yeah, on this stage, you hold up left pretty much on the whole section, and you go faster.
It helps that it's analog, so you don't get just up, left, and up right. You get the varying degrees of that, so you can customize your vector that way. And do you either ever move backwards?
Move backwards? Like, I mean, it really depends on what happens. So basically, a lot of this game is like reaction to like how you get hit.
Makes sense. Getting hit is mandatory, so it's mostly up to the player how they treat it.
Yeah, and since Callum and I have played this game so much, we're used to seeing a lot of certain ways that you get hit. It's easy to react. Because you just see the situation, and yeah, he got a good clip on the first there.
Popped right up.
First jump there. Yep. Now that strat's not easy. Getting both those clips are not easy. The second one is a little bit easier. But yeah, sometimes it'll just fall straight over. This one you hit the bumper straight in. It's cool.
Yeah, just rebound into the goal as it's rotated. It's pretty damn nice.
This is
very impressive.
This is a tragic floor 50.
Oh my.
Second mistake. He's going for this on bufferless. There's a lot of frames that work here. Barely misses it.
Wow.
So he has to go for the backup and goes straight in. Doing this stage normally is really easy. If you miss that strat, it's pretty easy to back it up. If you get hit back on this back in that queue. If you don't, then yeah.
I was looking for a bigger pop-up there, or at the beginning, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he almost made it. He basically just, or he actually misadjusted. I think we talked about it earlier. So there's 3 frames that potentially work here. I think he gets the best one here. Oh, did he get 5 or 6? I think he got 6.
It's cool how like you eventually know the stages or like the routes so well that you know like the different outcomes of the frame bounces and stuff. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. This one he does pretty much. I'm not sure how he does this one actually. It's kind of weird.
I led you to the call actually. It's
I was saying I was trying to invite you, but I didn't know.
Okay, so
yeah, that's cool.
Let's say I will throw you an invite to the Discord as we are looking for this, and I'll add you to the call.
All right, surprise guest.
In Twitch PMs, I will PM you the link on Twitch.
You can give him the role, right, Extruder?
Yeah, sure. So go and talk about the run while I'm doing this.
26.3, I think he got that one. Yeah, that one's pretty precise too. He has to line himself perfectly there. A couple of squares down, and then he'll just go straight in there. That one just has kind of wonky collision on the first platform, but got it pretty good. Pretty good. 26.8. Dude, I can't explain this game. I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay. So it's just when we get our surprise guest on, we will watch the run again, but in full, like in accurate speed. Okay,
also, I probably should have cussed it, but I'm sorry.
Okay, I see you. Roll at it. Go into the call. Hello?
Alright, Colin.
Hello.
Explain the run. I was explaining horribly right now. I never talk about this
That
game.
was a bit too short notice, unfortunately, but sure, at least you're here, we're happy.
Yep. Sorry, I just had the stream open, so I was getting double audio, so I kind of missed some things people were saying, but we should be good now. So are you watching this from the stream, or is there like another place that you're watching the video from?
We loaded the video on our ends using the countdown, and so right now we are watching Extra 8 in slow motion at like 50% speed. It's just what you need to do is to load the video of your world record and
I see.
And
right.
wait for it until we go through this run, and so we could watch it all together.
All right, sure. I was gonna say because I'm about a stage behind. I think watching the stream.
You should not use the stream. Just open the video on your own.
Okay.
Timestamp is like 12:26 now.
No need. It's 10 levels left. Really.
Yeah, just keep going how you are, and then I'll sync up after the.
Yeah, we'll just go once more about this run, which is 17 minutes, and after this we will watch a Monkey Ball 2 tournament run, and that'll be it. Because the game's so deep, it certainly deserves like more coverage time.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So we need a timestamp for him.
No.
Okay, good. 12:44.
I want extra 10 right now.
So this is the last stage. The last stage that you need to not lose a continue on to be able to continue the run. So if you die by this point and run out of lives, then you can't progress to master stages. So it's really important that you keep your lesson. And this game only has, I don't know, there's probably some things you explained that I've missed, but you only start off with 3 lives.
Yeah, we already watched the run of the arcade version before this.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to explain anything about the game anymore. Just talk about your run.
Alright. So post right here, Master 1. there's actually 3 viable frames that you can use. The best one is 0.40 because the collision you get gives you more boosts, better clips towards the goal to save the most time. 45 is the one I hit here, and you may as well aim for that one first, so you can use 40 as the backup if you miss it. And this actually loses, I think it's 0.4 seconds in comparison to 0.40, but you know, you may as well just go for it first. It's minimal time loss overall for safety.
This is just hold up the whole time?
Yeah, no, not for 45. For 40, you can hold up the entire time.
Yeah, you got
0.25 and 0.45, you actually have to let go. You'll see, well, I'm pretty behind now, but you'll see when I bounce on the 4th from last platform, I think it is, I let go for a second because if I were to hold up, I would just bounce off the party ball.
Yeah, important thing about Master 1 is that the platforms move towards the goal, so you could see it on the minimap if you rewatched. So you have to get in their rhythm.
Mm-hmm. Master 3 is like an example of where you want to be really proficient with your speed boost, and this is definitely very reliant on muscle memory for when to turn, because this is quite tight timing to get up this wire, as you can imagine. And then the clip is non-trivial as well, because you can get a lot of different kinds of clips and you have to hit different parts of the slope in order to fix the angle you're coming in at. And then Master 4, there's so many different kinds of collision you can get to. The way in which I set up here is I actually do use visual cues on the floor. So I'll position 4 squares across and then sit on the left side of that square and then hold directly up. And then I'll fly through the air until I reach the apex. And then I think I let go. Yeah, I let go once I reach the apex. And then once I reach the ground, I push forward again. And that negates me getting a bad clip off the platforms on the floor, because all these little ridges you see along the ground can lift you up and give you speed boosts, and then that can vary the kind of collision you get and throw you off. So
have to avoid getting carpet bombed.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
This floor is interesting.
I love
like
that floor.
The way it looks. I wonder if how consistent it is.
It's extremely consistent. I actually do a timer cue for that. So I wait until I see 59.8 on the timer, and then I hold it up. And that gives you like
use a timer cue?
I use timer for that. Yeah, I'm the only one that uses timer
cue.
cues for like a bunch of stages that don't require pause strats. Because I can tell if it's a high or low decimal to the second decimal place. So I find it more consistent than visual cues a lot of the time.
That's fair.
So M7 is a 2-frame pause strat. You can hit 0.80 or 78, and they both have follow-up frames that work. But you preferably want to hit 80, because not only does it give you slightly faster times into the goal, it actually has 2 backup frames of 0.6 and 0.5, whereas hitting 0.78, you only have 0.13 that works, and if you miss that, then you die. Because by that point, you're falling too far off the platform to even save yourself, holding any direction backwards. So that's an example. I know you were talking about earlier, like pause frames. If you miss the frame, like, can you back it up? Sometimes, can you not? That's an example where if you miss the frame, because you're already falling off the ledge so far that you can't get back on after that point, it just kills you.
It's 3-frame strat. First frame, you have to get it on 0.65.
Yeah, there's only one starting frame, and there's a hell of a load of next frames. This is probably the deepest pause frame strat in the run, even though it is only 3 frames, because there's so many types of variable collision you can get.
How many runs died on that?
Not that many, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, because you do it the pauseless way. If you did it the pauseless way, it's a lot harder.
The pauseless is extremely difficult.
Then boom. That's it. It's the hardest stage in the run master time.
Really?
Free stage.
Yeah, it's so hard. Dude, he believed me.
I mean, there's this
debate.
Degree, like I thought it was hardest in terms of individual level.
Yeah, the hardest.
Okay, yeah, GG. So we have to restart the video. This time at the one speed.
2 times?
Yeah, sure. Like now that we have column here,
No, we can do normal. We can do normal.
So 2 times might be a little bit fast, but you can go slightly above if you want. You could like 1.25 or 1.5 or something if you feel like it.
No,
let's go whizzing through.
Just one. It's already.
No,
good.
2
Just
times.
one, okay.
2 times. You can do it, Carl.
So you said you started. You said you started from 12, was it?
We'll start from 0.
0.
Yeah,
Okay.
0.
Zero
Just
easy.
0
Okay.
with the normal speed.
0.25.
0.
I think we're good. Thank you.
Dude, I don't understand. You're confusing me. Okay.
All right, I'll count us down.
Be an idiot, man.
It's gonna be on go from 3, 2, 1. All right,
Okay.
Already.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Sorry again if I repeat things that I said.
No, you're good.
Okay. Sorry, I have a really bad cough lately, by the way. So
Okay,
I'm probably be coughing all over the place.
We got through most of the basic mechanics, so you can explain the floors more in depth.
Yeah, I'll go over again this level. You see, after I already do the first clip and I'm on the wire, I'm boosting up the wire. And yeah, that's what they call... I guess the term is just frame boosting for that as well, is when you boost at the start of the stage. And snaking like that saves very few frames, but it's worth doing over just holding straight up above a certain speed threshold. I don't know why once you reach 50 miles per hour, it doesn't save time anymore, but that's what Atassa told me like many years ago, so I believe him. He's smart. So. Like this stage here, you see I boosted up it again. This is one of the stages where it actually saves the most time, especially if you do it the long way around, because the wire is really long. So I think you actually save like half a second if you boost up that wire the whole way across. There's actually pause strats for 6 and 7 that I do in runs now. I know Zaz touched on it a little bit, but they actually do both. I think at least stage 6 can save around half a second if you have good buffering. And then 7, I think you break even with good buffering too. So it basically just makes those stages free if you just hit the frames. So you don't have to rely on getting back a collision or whatever. Stage 10 is actually kind of deceptive how hard it is. You have to hold really tightly in the top left notch and then in the top right notch. If you don't do it extremely fast and extremely tight into the notches, you kind of just get stuck inside the stage.
Yeah, everything was looking easier on 1.5 speed.
Yeah,
now it's looking a lot harder.
It's really hard to explain when it's the...
Oh yeah.
But yeah, in 0.5 we could actually see the inputs, but like there it's just like dun 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 and you're out.
I'd never actually seen my PB in half speed, and actually looked pretty neat seeing all those.
I know.
It really helped to analyze
back
it.
Back then, I'm not even sure if the option to slow down your video even existed on YouTube, to be fair.
2017, it was still there, I think, yeah. This was like late 2017, I got this.
So it's nice being able that that this function even works on old videos and old speedruns, so we can examine the frames better.
Yeah. Something just to touch on 14 there was, even after you get the frame, you have to do extra inputs that aren't trivial. So you have to then get a specific type of collision to then clip over into the goal, even after you get the first frame. So it's a strat where you're kind of mix and matching between consistency and still doing something that's inconsistent. So if you did 2 frames, because there are second frames there that can make it 100% consistent, but to go fast, I'd choose to just do 1 frame and then unbuffer the end of the strat. Which is a theme, especially in the other categories for this game, like the shorter categories. I kind of make task strats work in real time.
That's
with
cool.
Only using half the pause frames to just kind of give me some leverage and make it kind of possible sometimes. Because obviously pausing and unpausing wastes time, I think. Just in general, just reading the text alone takes about 0.4 seconds. If you presume what you're going to get though, so in some categories and some strats, I think it actually comes up on Expert Extra 1, is I don't actually read the timer, I just pause and unpause to get myself a guaranteed angle in a cluster of times. because for that stage, 03, 05, 06, 08, and 10 all work, and because it's a 60 FPS game, you skip the 0.9 digit, etc. So all of those are next to each other and they all work. So for stages where there is big frame clusters altogether, sometimes I will just pause and unpause just to get myself in a short angle as fast as possible to do the strat. That's kind of a long-winded explanation of it.
A lot of trial and error, I guess, when you're practicing that, eh?
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of time to get used to the timing on that. And just getting the confidence to actually just not even, just to go, like not even to read the timer.
Yeah, it helps that the game has such good practice options that you can just load up any level on the game that you've been to and
yeah, for sure.
Just grind the level and the level immediately restarts after you beat it. So it's as if the developers were aware that speedrunning of this is going to become a big thing, so they really cared.
They definitely took replayability and trying to master stages into account for this game for sure. I think it's because of the low life threshold that they wanted to give players the options to practice anything that they needed to on the fly.
Also, the fact that when you hit retry... Oh, go ahead. I don't know.
Hit retry?
If you hit retry, it automatically like gets you back into the game, unlike some other games. Like
in practice mode, yeah. If you hit retry, it just immediately reloads the stage without kicking you out.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you see here in normal gameplay, like when
right? when you're spinning around the stage, right?
How do you mean spinning around the stage?
Yeah,
oh, you mean when you're loading into the stage, right? Yeah, the first like 4 seconds or something. Yeah. It still has that, but it's twice as fast.
That's cool.
Nice.
I just need to get a GameCube stick and adapter and start running this. Sounds cool.
Oh man, let's go.
It's a really good speed game for sure. It's extremely difficult, but it's very rewarding because there's just limitless. It feels almost limitless room for improvement.
When's the point that you decide like to start like learning all the little frame tricks and stuff, like, you know? Because I guess like that seems like the next level, you know. But yeah, I'm sure you could like figure out some like somewhat safer routes, but then
it was just a progression
of point.
You know, learning all the big strategies and kind of just chipping down from there to the point where it's like, okay, I do all the things that can save me a full second now, so I'm gonna look into the smaller details of things that save me minimal time. And also for me, especially right now, I decided to come back to this game today, which is really random, even though I didn't know this was on or anything. But.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
oh, cool.
Wait, what? Cal's live, and I'm like, I'm about to do some things, so let me just.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blade must have an entirely $0 worth of advertisement.
Yeah. This was literally like 2 weeks ago. Extruders was like, yo. I was like, okay. And I was kind of hesitant.
Was that the exact language that was used?
Exactly.
Word for word?
Word for word. He was like, yo. And I was like, okay. Now we're here.
I'm in. Sold me.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I'm like hopped on the stage weekly and started doing shit is just because I get the opportunity to talk to various really cool people that I wouldn't ever expect to get interviews from normally. And so
sure.
we got so many GDQ runners, even like PJ and all that stuff. It's nice to hear their opinion in a more relaxed environment.
For sure, a lot of people dude. Have different approaches to speedrunning and how they optimize games and stuff too. So it's nice to see people's perspective on why they played that way and why they might have played safe or whatever.
Yeah. War plus categories, I think.
War plus.
Yeah.
You see?
All levels?
Yeah, all levels.
Well, the thing is with this game, in particular, is there's only, I think it's 5 levels, or is it 6? No, I think it's 6 levels that you skip, and that's it for the whole of Expert, Extra, and Master. It's Expert 3, 4, Expert 43, 44, 47, and is that it? Is it just 5?
Yeah, and I assume you skip those because they suck for speedrunner, right?
I did. I haven't ran this game in 2 weeks, dude.
I'm here laying down the facts, and I've played like 1 day in the past.
You literally just played the game, dude. You should. It's like. You have more knowledge than me at this point because you just played and you have a world record.
Bringing back families together.
Where's Bar? Invite Bar. He's gonna say the stupidest crap. I'm gonna make him say this.
I mean, Bar doesn't think about what he's doing when he plays. He just kind of moves his hand and it happens.
Is he also a speedrunner?
Barhunger is the person who's in second place for this game, and he's played this game since like 2013. So he's pretty old school as well.
So you're saying he's more intuitive with his approach, where he's not paying attention so much to the time and whatnot?
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to be super slanderous with that, but his approach to playing is very
to be fair, back then there was no pause strat, so that's why the way that he plays is completely different than like how Column and I play, because I came in when there was pause strats already like found. So that's pretty much how my playstyle came.
It's kind of my bad that there's so many pause strats in this game, because I was the first person to really take it seriously or actually figure out a lot of stages with them.
Oh, I see.
When I first came to the game, the only stage people would pause on was 42, where it's just one pause strat and it's like a very linear input. And
but were they still like trying to get certain like frames, or because the whole pause thing, that's to get like certain, frames and whatnot, right?
Yeah, it wasn't developed very far along because there just wasn't much interest in like the top runners of the game, and obviously people who are new to the game, might not pay much mind to that kind of stuff.
Now for Monkey Ball 2, the pause strats have just became haywire.
Yeah, Monkey Ball 2, because that game's quite a bit faster and the stages are bigger, it allows for you to do more pause strats. There's more room to build up speed.
So those were
they also have starting platforms as well, so you can gain a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, starting platforms, right? Yeah, you can use that. Yeah, definitely. We're going to cover Monkey Ball 2 as well. It's just that this episode's a bit long, but now that we've gained more material, we should, because the series, the engine's similar, and there's such a lot of depth that goes into it that's not immediately obvious to anyone who's just watching the game, and the controls are pretty basic and stuff.
Yeah, it's really deceptive how much goes on under the hood of this game, because it does just look like you just move the stick and that's it. And I guess that is kind of true. But
so how did the community receive like the whole, like when you started introducing a lot of the pause strats?
I mean, there's still a lot of division about it now. There's some people who just don't even want to play the game. Who are more
they're just not interested in going to that next level. Yeah.
Make that a separate category, I don't know.
Oh, we've been through that kind of process before, and people voting on what they want and all that, and you can't please everybody. But the way we have it now is we put next to people's runs if they paused or not, and then you can filter the leaderboard to pauseless and see who has the fastest pauseless times, even though it doesn't have its own dedicated leaderboard.
That's a good halfway. I like that.
To be fair, there's not that many people who care that much that they want a whole new leaderboard, so it's like
the people that didn't care like don't play the game anymore. So.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah. Well, it's like step up if you wanna, if you wanna,
you want to be in the main.
If you want to compete,
thing.
Yeah, step up. Ooh.
I understand people are coming from with that, because it is a very different way to play the game, especially if that's what you've got accustomed to.
Well, it makes it like more
like it's. Like the game's been cheapened or something like that.
Well, it makes it like almost more scientific, even.
It's. I guess some people see it as removing.
They see it as cheating.
Gameplay.
Yeah.
I can see that, because pause buffering is kind of like intermediate ground between the real-time attack and TAS.
Yeah.
That's how I think.
It's still pausing.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
But it's still pausing causes you time itself. So.
So, basically you do
that's sick.
less gameplay on your own, but then again you get to use some of the routing that would be impossible to do without pausing. So I found that really fascinating.
Yeah, it's cool how it's like mix and matched throughout, and it's very personalized too. Because if you're better at pausing, you can go for more strats, or if you're trying to play at a high level and trying to save as much time as you can, you just want to go for all of them.
The big thing that people like say is like, oh, there's no skill in pausing, like, you know. But actually, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like pausing well there's a big difference between pausing well and like pausing like really early and like, you know, really slowly.
Yeah. I understand that. It's just basically like glitched versus glitchless in most of the speedruns. It's just that in most of the games that we've covered on the show, like particularly arcade games, if you paused, you would have been thrown out.
Oh yeah, I know. For some communities, like high scores, for example, like you're not allowed to pause the game at all because it's seen as like, you know, it's called like pause abuse, and you're slowing down gameplay to benefit yourself. But for this, it's almost encouraged to go as fast as possible. But that's because it's a different goal.
Are there scores?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Too bad we didn't get any.
They're actually pretty cool as well.
I mean, I could have sent you the compilation, but I thought you just wanted like separate clips. I could send you the IL compilation that
I could quickly explain.
I mean, I think Column has better IL.
So I could quickly explain how score works and how you get the highest score in this game.
Okay.
Single bananas are worth 100 points, which equates to 0.1 seconds. I think that's right. I think you get 10 points for every frame. So a one banana equates to 10 frames. So 0.1 of it. No, that's not right, is it? Is it 0.2? Anyway, I think it's one banana is 100 points, and then a bunch is 1,000, and 1,000 definitely equates to 1 second. So there's a lot of stages where you just want to try and reach all the bunches to get top score in score attempts.
That makes sense.
And then with bananas, you kind of have to pick and choose because it is only a small amount of time.
Okay. So is score running through like entire runs, or it's just ILs?
It's individual level based almost entirely. There are people who have done full playthroughs of it, but it's not really speed orientated. It's more so just score orientated still.
I mean, there's a regular metric to optimize, that being your score, so of course it's not for speed.
Yeah, the main thing is just not dying in those runs. And obviously going fast is important because your score and banana count are both to get in the highest score you can.
The players' priorities are different. Okay, I think we can move on to the fancy clips right now.
Okay.
There's just some pause clips.
Some clips.
All right.
Pause club. This
pause club
was made by Pause Buffering Gang.
I just like was showing the most recent pause stressor from the Japanese dude's Twitter because I didn't know exactly.
Oh, right.
I think first one's like 36.
Goober 13 on stream.
Oh no, not that guy. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, what? I'm trying to get these clips loaded up.
Yeah.
You just got the stream cancelled now.
Don't let the YouTube autoplay to ruin.
Dude, it doesn't.
What happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just cut it out. Cut it out of the video. Dude, this is what happens, dude. As soon as we got Column in here, I would say stupid things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Be calm.
I was already saying.
Think about the game. The game's cool.
Dude.
Rubik's cubes. It's just I've seen the first tweet of the guy with the cool tweets, and it's as if the instructions of how to solve a Rubik. Yeah, you
Dude,
2971, you are, which of course upright. All of those are full inputs.
Yeah, it's not too far removed from an algorithm for Rubik's cubes if you think about it. You are just sort of following a more linear formula.
Yeah,
to complete the stage.
You have to get all those frames right though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've captured the Twitter page for this clip.
It looks beautiful.
All right, so let's start out here, I guess, with the Ha at 2 clip here.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on here?
He has 3, and we're gonna watch this several times. Yeah, just keep it on loop.
Okay. All right. Well, should I count down or?
No.
Okay.
Just loop it.
All right,
just,
all right, cool.
So it's like a short clip.
All right, I'm playing it.
The full screen.
I guess I can try that. Let me see here. It's not.
It's a little too big.
Yeah, we don't commonly use this.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I got this.
Zoom it in and
Okay, so after this, we'll watch 2 other clips of him. Them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got it going.
Yeah, so we'll watch 3 Twitter clips and then 2 YouTube clips.
All right. Then what is going on with this clip?
This is a 5-frame strategy, which is the most pauses you have to use for a strat in SMB1 currently. The reason why there's so many is it's just such a precise trick, and you have to change angle so many times to be able to reach the end.
Also, you found a backup for this too, right?
Yeah, I mean, sorry. A lot of these strategies that this guy's implemented, I haven't looked into too deeply yet for like backups and stuff, but for this one, I did find one for the last 2 frames. The beginning is really hard to back up though, because
I don't know.
The angles are just, it has to be so precise. If you're just 1 frame off, you get launched off the stage like most of the time. It's really difficult level to get your head around how to like improve it sometimes at the very beginning.
Okay, let's move to the next one.
This is the most surprising pause frame I've seen because it saves around 3.5 seconds if you have perfect pausing. I didn't think that kind of time was left in this game because I pretty extensively looked at the pause frames. I think this is the level that I touched on for a bit. I was like, this is too hard, or like it's not gonna save time, but apparently I was wrong.
All right, second video up. Some black magic here. So N is neutral, right?
M?
N.
Oh, N, yes.
In the second. Okay. And then approximately... Oh, okay, so there's a bigger window. Larger pause strat. So by larger, they mean that it's more than 1 frame, right?
Yeah, so we see on that tweet where there's a tilde in between the 80 and the 70. That means everything in between that window will work. That's
cool. So it's not just 1 frame.
Hey, sorry guys, I had to take a call, so the stream looked kind of crazy at the moment.
Okay. Well, for this level, it's interesting. The way he frames it here actually means that...
okay, we're on the... I got the second one up? Okay, cool.
So the reason he says he puts a tilde between those there is not because 70 through 61 works just for... in response to a first frame as the second frame. It actually means that the pairing of the first and second frames increment down 1 frame each.
One column?
It loses a bunch of time. Like even if you do it fast, because it's 2 frames, you lose like a second at least. Which I mean, it's fine for consistency, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think I just would go for it because I just get more runs, honestly.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, this pause strat's interesting because the angle you get is like the same counting down each time. So
was
so many variables.
The other strat was 2 frames also? I don't...
Yeah, there was like a 2-frame strat before that didn't have all these pairings going down that you could back up with. Because it didn't go back right, it just went up right and then up left. But in going backwards, you get like a little bit more speed, and then because of that little extra speed you're getting, it's pushing you forward enough to where there's like backup frames that still work.
Can I, I've been thinking, yeah, this is kind of interesting how the boss strats, they are being found not only solely because they're the fastest way to do things, but also the setups that are more comfortable to do.
Oh yeah.
Kind of. So it's different types of routing.
Yeah, it's very personalized again. For people, if they struggle with something, there is options there to help them out in terms of pausing.
Indeed, this does remind me of golf games.
Okay, I'm back again. Should we go into the third clip then, or what's going on here?
Yeah, sure.
I also had to use the restroom.
Third clip. So
your host is getting
that's
exhausted.
Advanced Extra 5, the level that we haven't shown. This is the level that's not in the master category.
Oh, this is just the swag. This is not a time saver.
It's not fast.
Wait, I think I sent you the other one that was replay video.
Yeah, you did. It's just on YouTube. So we are doing the Twitter first, just to not recalibrate the stream too much. So yeah, this is Advanced Extra 5. It has different ways of doing things.
Yeah, so this goal is actually the one that's behind you, and there's two goals on the stage. So you want to go to the one in front to go fast, but they just found a frame that gives you a clip off that. There's like a pendulum, I guess you'd say, around the stage that flips around, and it can hit you pretty far. So they found a frame that pushes you into that and gets you hit by it, and then they just do an unbuffered ending into the goal.
So, as I understand it right, you go forward, then clip and do a no-scope 360 in the air and land into the behind goal, right?
I wish, that'd be sick. The strat, there is actually a pause frame to go forward on that stage, which is 2 frames. Into the
but you don't
it saves like 3 seconds of what you did there.
You can do it bufferless, right? Or is that only in Deluxe? I don't remember.
Oh,
I know Deluxe.
It's extremely hard to do that, because the up right to up left is only 1 frame. So you'd have to get really tight time window.
Man.
I figured out how to do the ending unbuffered somewhat consistently though.
Okay, let's go back to the YouTube again. So yeah, the first one is gonna be the glitch to skip to the end of a difficulty. So what's its legality in the speedruns? Is it allowed, or is it just fun stuff?
It's separated into its own category, which is just named any %.
Oh.
And then
gotcha.
So the runs we've been looking at so far are actually listed under normal and not any %. Normal's not really the best term. I'd rather it was warps and warp loss or something like that, but that's just what the community decided on, was to call it normal.
Yeah.
And then, because it's like, how do you define normal? Like, normal is very subjective, but...
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Why did I send this one? I think I sent this because it was like the early discovery of this glitch.
Oh, this is the first level that this was found to work on, because it has a moving goal. And the way this trick works is, okay, 1 frame after the timer stops ticking down, the stage still moves.
Keep looping it.
So if you're positioned right next to a goal, actually, I'm trying to think like on the fly how to explain this, because I've never actually explained it to somebody before, and it's kind of
you can
a little bit difficult. But okay, so it's easier to do on stages with moving objects. It has to have something that you have to be pushed into the goal the next frame. So that's why you need something that moves. So you can also do it with a party ball, and that can knock you in. But basically, I say basically, it's not basic at all. I don't know how to explain this. It's a little bit too much out of my depth. But
dude, I know, I wasn't ready for
I'm trying to save Zella here, because I know Zella wouldn't know. But...
Well, thanks.
I mean, it's true.
You know what?
Okay, yeah, what's going on?
I'm not needed here. Bye. I hate
you. You have to put the clip back so we could watch the glitch, the skip. Glitch,
oh shit! Oh fuck! The autoplay. Sorry, my buddy's over here now, and I'm just like, we're gonna be done in like 20 minutes, so fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
all right.
Weekly is gone out of hiatus, so we have to.
Okay, let me get that out of
some technical difficulties, right? Yeah.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, just keep looping it, so we can talk
watch some
about
Netflix.
Auto. Okay, turn off that autoplay.
One thing I do know about this is, after you've performed the glitch, every frame after the gold tape is broken, you advance a level ahead until you reach the last level of that difficulty.
There we go.
So if you were to break the tape extremely late, like just before the stage is about to, try and restart itself, you will only go ahead a few stages. How many other stages you've broken the tape by the time it moves along.
I got
So sometimes you will.
The Dreamcast fishing rod. Nice.
So there is like some setups where you'll do it too late and you won't actually get to the end of the difficulty.
So that's it.
Here he does it early enough to where the game advances him far enough to get to the stage 50, last stage of it.
Okay, that's good knowledge. That's good knowledge. So this works for the first game too.
Yes, it works in 1, 2, and Deluxe. So all three of those games, it's possible.
Okay, then let's go to the last clip, which is the normal way of doing advanced texture pipe.
All right, I got it.
The speedrun way.
All right.
The individual level.
Oh, this is a replay, so you won't be able to see the pauses.
1 second. Oh, okay, I see. That's a replay.
Oh, okay. So it is post-buffered.
It's not actually, from what I've seen. I haven't seen this before, but no, the movement there wasn't the movement you do exactly in a run. But
okay,
see, you just hold up right and then up left instead of doing like a wiggle there.
That's how you do the level, right?
Yeah, essentially, that's the way you go.
Okay, just watched it a couple more times, and yeah, we can go to Monkey Ball 2.
I haven't played 2 as much as 1, but there's a lot of things I know about it still, so I should be able to help.
We just to wrap up this episode, it's been a really in-depth and fun. So,
Yeah, let's try to abridge the Monkey Ball 2 if we can.
Well,
yeah.
sure. We might just show half of it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
The levels, I wanna check the splits, just what kind of splits I wanna show. So,
Are we gonna sync up to watch this again?
Indeed,
yeah, sure. Like there's the link in Discord, and to the timestamp, it's 29:06 of that particular run.
Okay, let's get to 29:06. Might have to go back and then
Yeah,
repause
it's the
it.
Twitch timestamp. It's just don't sync by the splits the runner's using.
All right.
Okay, I want to see just how many of this we wanna include, and you can talk about the Monkey Ball 2 run, like in general how it's different.
Okay. I'm just trying. Could you just like DM me it quickly, or like at me with it or something?
Oh yeah, I'll post you one here. Yeah, there it
Thank
is.
you. I just don't want to waste time trying to find it. Oh, because it's Twitch. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we'll watch 20 minutes of it.
20
so
minutes.
going from the timestamp.
Okay, yeah, from the timestamp, 29:06.
All right.
Sick, I gotta add.
You got an ad.
Dance game.
No, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm almost ready. Okay.
All right.
I'm good.
All right. I'll count us down then. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, this is a tournament run.
Yes, this is an interesting choice for a run to show. It's this tournament run.
Well, because it doesn't have voice.
But okay. Yeah, PetresInc is I think he's 4th place in this game, so he's a really good runner. So I'm sure the gameplay will be quite good.
No need to include this split, so yeah. Alright. So the main difference is that most of the levels have the starting platforms at which you can gain speed, right?
Yes.
And levels are usually much larger.
Yeah, you'll see straight away that he'll be boosting off the left and right walls of these stages in order to gain as much momentum as he can from them. And you do this with every stage in the run, as far as I remember.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, I think so. Well, there's some way you use pause strats, so you're not like manually boosting yourself, but the pause strat will boost you anyway. So.
Yeah, really reminds me of skateboarding.
Yeah, it's like a Half-Life, whatever you call it, I suppose.
So, how much do you know about this game in particular and the categories? So it's story mode, all levels.
Yeah, so there's 3 different story categories. Well, there's like a lot of story categories because people like to play story in lots of different ways. So this is just doing every level, and then there's a glitch that you can use to skip certain levels. Well, you can skip every level in the world if you enter a level and then. Do you know how it works, Zilla? Exactly.
I'm sorry, I thought you got it. So,
I just don't want to get it wrong. I think I might know, but
when you enter a level, you hit retry. So he hits retry just to get a faster load, and then after he hits the goal tape, they hit stage select, and you don't have. So that pretty much makes it faster instead of waiting for the.
Oh, I was trying to explain how stage skipping works.
Oh, you mean for the glitch?
Not just menuing, but that's good to mention too.
Oh, you mean the so when they do the last level? Yeah, so they want to make the last level the longest level in that world, so that you'll get a faster load for the next world.
No, I mean, okay, any percent category, right? Where you skip certain stages.
Why are we talking about any percent?
Because I was explaining the difference between all levels and any percent. And I wanted to check with you how that is performed, but apparently you're not on the same page as me, so I'll explain it.
I thought you were watching.
What? I am watching. Oh my god.
We're not in sync right now, dude.
No.
See, I've never done commentary with Callumbal, and I never talk about like this game. So,
are we good? What's going on here?
He seemed a bit confused with what I was referencing to. I'm like,
I'm sorry, I haven't slept in like a
okay,
while,
let's
so.
resync it up.
All right, so I was explaining the difference between all levels, which is this runners, and any percent. And in any percent, there's a glitch you can do to skip over certain levels. And the way you do that is by going to exit out of game. It's either whilst hovering over a level or entering it. I can't remember exactly. That's what I was going to check with Zilla. But anyway. And then on just the American version of the game, I think, there's a menu that pops up. You know when he's like using the popping up the menu here in between stages to like quickly exit out, you can use that whilst quitting out of a stage, and if you do that and you select one of the text boxes, you can skip over the stage when it brings you back to the like overworld, and they use that to just skip over whatever level they want. But there is a caveat to it where you can't do 2 stages in a row because it either kicks you out or like crashes the game or something. So they have to like time it at the right spots.
So I can't explain any percent because I've never done it. So.
Yeah, like I've never even tried the tricks until
okay, you
like
shouldn't.
A couple days ago.
We're talking about all levels, which is the current one. It's,
I know.
I don't know where any percent came up. Honestly.
I just wanted to quickly explain, right?
Guys,
the difference. The difference.
It's 423. We have to talk about the run.
Yeah. So we're in the middle of World 2. All of a sudden, that's pretty cool. This is Gravity Slider. We should talk about the boosting. Yeah. Okay. So you see they're moving back and forth in the air. This is actually really important in this game. To boost in the air, it actually saves a lot of time over just falling straight forward. Even more so than boosting on the ground in SMB1, a lot more so. But actually boosting on the ground doesn't really save frames a lot of time in this game. It's kind of weird. It's more air-based rather than being on the ground.
That's a good difference to know for those who wants to pick a game, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a pause strat on this stage. I don't know if he's gonna do it. Oh yeah, he does. And then just like kind of an unbuffered ending. I think there might be a 2nd or 3rd frame for that. But.
I wonder if all of those strats work on Deluxe as well.
They're a little different. Some of them.
Okay, one thing I do know about Deluxe is any pause stream you have to hold back is different. I'm not sure why, but there is differences in pause tracks that don't carry across. I think any that have like forward inputs or diagonal forward or even right and left, I think are the same. But anything to do with back inputs, like back right, back left, or down, I don't think translate. Because of just like some very minor physics quirk that's different between the games or something.
In case you're bothered by all of those screen transitions, then Deluxe doesn't have them. You can just go ahead and go from level to level.
I'm not sure anything about Deluxe, to be honest.
It's just,
but I'll take your word.
I watched Monkey Ball 2 speedruns, and most of the time it's these story mode like level transition thing, where you open that giant globe, and the deluxe runs don't. Most Deluxe runs people do challenge mode, and in challenge mode you don't have the option. Same in this game. In challenge mode in this game, you don't have the option of retrying or stage selecting after you've gone through a goal. You just have to wait for it to transition out like an SMB1 and then load back in. Okay.
So challenge mode in this game is the exact same as SMB1, essentially, and then story mode just gives you the option to quit out.
Okay, so why do people pick story mode instead of challenge then?
I guess it's kind of like just the prestigious category that has been run for the longest time. I mean, I think challenge mode is underrun and underrepresented. I think more people should try challenge mode, but this is just the most popular category.
On what degree it's different in gameplay that people prefer one or the other?
I'm not really. Oh wow, that collision was crazy, but what was that clip? Oh my god. So
well, yeah, this is a tournament run. Have to save this one.
That was really strange.
Recovery strategies.
He just happened to hit the ledge at like the most imperfect angle imaginable, to where it like hit him backwards. It's like frame imperfect trick. I forgot what I was saying now. That was.
I don't remember the question.
No, that threw me off.
Why challenge mode, or like why story mode and not challenge mode?
Story mode is just more popular.
Yeah, it really is just as simple as that. Like, there's not too many differences in gameplay between them rather than the menuing.
And it's like it's a longer run, so more room for error, easier new runners to.
It could just be some nostalgia to it too. People have fond memories of playing through the story.
Yeah, so. We shouldn't get into that like too much. I want to know why it's longer.
Because there's more levels.
More levels.
There's 100 levels in story mode, and then beginner is 20, so you have the 10 beginner stages, then the 10 beginner extra stages.
More levels, and World 10 just has bigger levels, and then like challenge mode.
Yeah, it's quite a long split. It's like it's like average is probably like 340 or something for someone to get in a run. And that's just for 10 levels. So.
All right, we have 10 more minutes of this, and then we'll wrap this up. So, of course, great speedrunning game, very consistent most of the time. I don't know how much there RNG is to it, but most of the time it's pretty consistent, right?
There's essentially no RNG. Well, I can't think of a single instance of RNG in this game, because when you think about RNG is random number generator, it's something out of your control, or something that's running in the background of the game that you have to manipulate.
Like in-game logic, there
I think in
RNG,
Monkey Ball 2. Oh god.
There's this level randomizer. I think everybody hates it. No.
Yeah, I mean, there's one switch that works.
It's upcoming here.
Yeah.
Basically, if you do the same inputs every time, you will get the same results.
The thing about Monkey Ball 2 that could be RNG is the switch, though.
But, well, the term saying RNG is not wholly accurate because of what it actually stands for.
Yeah, here's the randomizer.
Yeah. There is no actual randomness.
So what do we call it?
It's just things that are so precise and so finite that it seems random visually from what you're seeing. Like, so you can't differentiate visually between
exactly,
one or two.
Because you have your human RNG element to it.
The human.
And that changes.
The human element.
Yeah, that's true. And so Yeah, well, collision. Sometimes you might get the wrong collision, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you might, hit an angle that looks directly similar to the exact, input you want to have and the exact reaction you want from hitting that point, and you just get sent the complete opposite way, and you think, oh, I'm just really unlucky, or something like that. But it's just because you've hit this like finite point that you can't actually see yourself differently than before.
Yeah, that's true. And in regards of this game, how different does the movement feel?
How do I explain how it's different? Well, the camera is situated differently to start with in relation to the ball. In Monkey Ball 1, you're a lot further behind. Like, your perspective is it's pretty much head on. It's like, but in this game, it's a bit higher up. So that alone makes the game feel quite different, even though physics-wise, the games are quite similar. That change in perspective makes you feel more sluggish in this game. You feel the character feels a lot more heavy.
Yeah, sure. It's I do think it can kind of explained by the stages being generally much more wide open, and so you can gain a lot more speed, and so the game's more about speed than precision.
Yes, that's true, and that's another thing that comes into the camera angle as well. Is you can see where you're falling a lot more clearer in this. Yeah, I was just going back to that for a second and continuing. I was just saying, like, another reason why the camera's like this is based on how the levels are designed. How there's a lot more like big drops and stuff.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah. So the reason why the camera, you can see a lot more from above and it's placed a lot higher up is because there's a lot more free falling and longer drop sections in this game. So it gives you a more precise view of what's ahead of you when you're falling down.
Okay, do you have the entirety of your speed when you're going through teleporter?
Yeah, as far as I know. I don't think you lose any going for a teleporter.
Yeah, those buttons are pretty funky. They changed the level in some way.
Yes, there's like speed up, slow down, pause, play. I think those are all of them.
What's play? Yeah, opposite of pause, I guess.
Yeah, there's stop as well. I didn't say that.
Yeah, the nostalgia of the cassette tapes and VHS.
Yeah, you do use switches on some levels, and I mean, their effects are pretty obvious from how the descriptor of them. But
well, sure, it's that kind of thing in Monkey Ball 2. Is that there are all of the contraptions. They can, like, most of them can be controlled in some way by those switches, and you kind of play around with the physics of the level. I find it very interesting from the experimental and route standpoint, because it opens you up like a lot of more options when you can't into the level itself, and not only with your position and your relation to it.
Yeah, for sure. It's like another level of depth to like routing in a stage. And
so yeah, I wouldn't call switches RNG if they behave like same every frame. So
no, but actually activating a switch can be quite tricky because their collision is pretty janky.
Fair enough.
I was going to say, a lot of objects in this game, I think it's either an 8 or a 10-second cycle that they run on, which is an interesting fact, I think. So, like, there's certain levels, like, for example, you'll see... Oh, we're coming right up to it now, in a sec. I think it's in stage, in mod 6.
Yeah, you land onto the switch.
Yeah, there's a long spiral stage, and if you miss the cycle, you have to wait another like 10 seconds for it to go around again. And a lot of stages run on that same cycle, which is not as big a time loss.
Yeah, that could make or break a tournament run.
Well, it's only like 10 seconds, so it's not like the biggest deal in the world, but if you keep falling down at the end, then it's really bad. These frames are pretty new here. They save a whole lot of time. Because you have to just like snake in and out around all of these staircases, otherwise.
That was some nice put in.
This is the level we saw earlier in that clip of when the glitch was found to skip levels.
Yeah, it's just in Deluxe, the texture is different, right? The background.
I have no idea.
Because I'm sure it was then.
Oh, was it found in Deluxe initially, the first time?
Yeah, like the video itself is it shows to be with different background, and
I suppose
Deluxe does change the backgrounds, the skyboxes of some.
Oh, well, it could have been challenge mode though, because this stage comes up again in expert in challenge mode, and there is not only I think the texture's different, but also starting platforms differ in challenge mode. They're usually shorter and less steep around the edges.
Okay, I have to reopen that video actually.
Yeah, there are some strategies that don't carry across from story mode to challenge because of the starting platforms being slightly shorter on some stages.
It's written as 50 brandished.
I'm
not sure.
I think.
I'm not sure what game this is. It doesn't matter that much.
I'm not sure either. I'm not very good with stage mode. I just know numbers. So.
Okay.
Oh wow, he goes to the right here.
Switches.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, so that's new.
Yeah, the old strat was to go to the left side there. It is still the same map switches that you presses, but it's just faster.
Yeah, what are all of those switches do though on the level on that previous one with lots of?
Okay, so the way I think it's called combination that stage and
Switch Inferno.
There's a Switch Inferno. Oh, which one's combination? I don't know.
Oh, we talk about switches. Sorry.
Anyway, there's a nice one dragon. Yeah. So there's only a few switches that actually bring the goal up. You have to activate all the switches. So there's like some switches that deploy a bunch of other switches, and some that just like deploy themselves, or just a few others. So there's like a few set switches that just engage all the other switches, and then once they all come lit on, then the goal appears.
So it's basically a trial and error puzzle, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember as a kid being stuck on that for months. Like I had to quit playing the game because I just didn't understand it. I was too like small brain and young to like figure out what to do.
Yeah, fair enough. So this is the last split that we are going to watch of this.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty nice skybox for this. Probably my favorite of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just the way how colored it is, and all of those stage themes, the kind of Japanese culture environments, or maybe even Chinese. I don't know.
Yeah, I really like. There's like so many details to the backgrounds. Like they're like fully animated and have like all these like looping effects that you don't really see when playing the game. Like I know in SMB1, there's like in the like snowy, icy areas, there's actually like penguins and stuff in the background that walk around. I was doing stiff frames, so these are really cool. These the things that he's dodging there as he's going down, they can just hit you extremely fast. There's quite a few objects in this game that can hit you to max speed and just fly you like towards the edge of the skybox. There's 2 frames for Flock here. One of them is like pretty easy to get straight in the goal. I think he got like the backup 60 frame, which is like way harder. It's like probably one of the hardest. It's one of the hardest strats in the ROM, probably.
Hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
In terms of like non-pause buffering, just pure precise movement sort of thing.
I think this 8 bracelet's new that he's going for.
Oh, I think falling top goal probably. Yeah.
Oh no,
I think A-list does that.
Yeah, A-list does it. I don't know if he does.
Does he boost on quick time? No, he doesn't. I think A-list boosts on this, but maybe that's just challenge.
Okay. This is the final level that we are gonna watch, and after this we are gonna...
There's one more level after this. There's one more level after this. For this world.
Oh, okay, so they do levels out of order sometimes because you want to leave the longest stage. Zilla tried to explain this earlier. Okay. You want to leave the longest stage for last because
you can explain it again.
Yeah, like reduces the load.
We explained it out of context, so
yeah,
this makes more sense.
I think there's gonna be pause strat for this stage too now.
There's a pause strat.
Split's done.
Why would you pause strat this? GG.
So we've got this sneak peek at the second game, and we kind of understood the differences of it. So if you guys are more interested in like more Monkey Ball 2 content, then we could do a separate episode on that. And so that would be it for Awesome Game Replays number 32. And any kind of suggestions, things to say as we are closing it?
Not really. I just want to say thanks for having me on so short notice, and I'm sorry for kind of dragging it on some of the points a bit at times, but yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for inviting. Sorry, I just completely was out of it the last hour.
Yeah, it's all good, guys. Thanks a lot for coming on, and Callum too for the short notice all of a sudden coming on. That's awesome, and yeah, it's just really great to check out the Monkey Balls. And I've been trying to play this game for so long, and I don't know. All I need is a memory card, and I can get going on my.
You got to get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta play. You gotta play now.
Yeah, because I love the momentum-based games and whatnot. Like I speedrun Mr. Gimmick and whatnot. It's just like, oh, I love that momentum shit. It's like, what am I'm missing out, man.
So follow
coaching.
Aqua. Yeah, follow Aquas on his Twitch, so you could backseat his gameplay.
Yeah, be sure to backseat.
I'm down to backseat.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I'm sure people who check out this episode will have definitely a slightly deeper understanding and appreciation of the speedrun. And of course, we can get like a link to any Discords and stuff in our YouTube description if you want to jump into the community and learn the game and ask people about stuff. We can get that from these guys as well.
Yep, there's a pretty active Monkey Ball Discord we can link. So.
Very cool, very cool. So I think that'll do it for 32, and shout out to Extrude as well, my co-host and pretty much main host of the episode. And I think that'll do it for us. So yeah, take care everyone, and have a great rest of the day / night.
See ya.
Have an awesome day.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Technodrome, let's kick shout!